That's why I asked them to show you the wheels.
Yes, sir.
Because I've also asked Allah to send them
Yes, sir.
over here
Yes, sir.
just to confirm what I've said
Yes,
today.
sir. Yes, sir.
That the man that I'm representing to you, those two men, they are the masters of the wheels.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't even look like a plane, does it?
Looks like a spacecraft.
Yes.
I don't know what the this is, but whatever it is not a plane, and this is moving fast.
I'm telling you, those aren't planes.
There's
Oh, you got it. It's UFO. You got it. You got
I'm
it.
recording right now. I'm recording. Look.
UFO over Southside. Hey, yo, what the fuck is that?
You see how it's moving?
Nobody else looking at this shit. Don't nobody else see this shit.
I'm getting it.
UFO! UFO motherfucking Get the fuck out of here! That is a UFO, y'all. Hey, what? Hey, we don't have that stop in midair. We don't have that stop in midair.
UFO. It's still there. It is not a helicopter. Helicopters don't maneuver like that. Now it's going back up. Hey, look it, it's going back up.
When I close down in the garden,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
the God will do some work.
Yes, sir.
Not no lantern, bro. That defies logic.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. It looks like a damn UFO.
Why is it supposed to? Where's it going?
I know I'm not tripping. Outside my window.
Una especie de objetos voladores no identificados, llámense ovnis, cambiando de colores. Son 5.
Que porra é isso, hein?
Eu sei.
Não, drone não?
É não, na altura dessa. Tá vendo?
Acabar é o mundo aí, viu? Piscadeira danada, velho.
Tem uma luzinha piscando, ó.
UFO 啊，是什么东西啊？这个是怎么在跑啊？
Before America and the world began witnessing what I call UFOs or flying saucers, Elijah Muhammad had already been given the most integral information about these crafts directly from the one responsible for them. I'm talking about the information like who designed them, what they were made for, when, where, and even how they were made, and why they were developed.
My name is Jeffrey Nusatelli. I'm a former military police officer with 16 years of active duty service in the U.S. Air Force. I'm here today because the American people have both the right and the responsibility to know the truth about unidentified aerial phenomenon. That truth remains hidden, classified and silenced by fear, retaliation, stigma, and confusion. Today, we are here to help break that silence. Between 2003 and 2005, 5 UAP incidents occurred at Vandenberg Air Force Base, home to the National Missile Defense Project, a top national security priority. At the time, we were conducting launches deemed by the National Reconnaissance Office as the most important in 25 years. These were historic launches. These facilities were vital, and they were repeatedly visited by UAP. Each incident was witnessed by multiple personnel, documented, investigated, and reported up the chain of command. We sent information up, but we got no guidance down on how to handle these events. I personally witnessed one of these events and investigated others as they occurred. 6 other service members have provided me with the information that I will share with you today. The incursions began on October 14, 2003, when Boeing contractors reported a massive glowing red square silently hovering over 2 missile defense sites. After several minutes, it drifted further east onto the base and vanished over the hills. This event, now known as the Vandenberg Red Square, was referenced by Representative Luna at the first hearing on this topic. Official Air Force records of this event are in possession by Aero and the FBI. Later that night, while I was on duty, security guards at a critical launch site reported a bright, fast-moving object over the ocean. I responded to the incident. Chaos ensued over the radio as the object approached rapidly. I heard my friends screaming, "It's coming right at us, it's coming right for us, and now it's right here." Moments later, I heard them say that it had shot off and was gone. When I arrived on scene, I talked to 5 shaken witnesses who described a massive triangular craft larger than a football field that hovered silently for about 45 seconds over their entry control point before shooting away at impossible speed. About a week later, another patrol reported a light over the ocean behaving erratically. Believing it might be an unannounced aircraft, they declared an emergency, and an armed response force responded. Before the forces could arrive, the object descended and either landed or hovered on our flight line and then took off again at impossible speed. The witnesses to this event were threatened and intimidated afterward. They were told to keep quiet and think about what they were reporting. After that, things did get quiet until about 2005, when another patrol reported a massive triangular craft larger than a C-130 silently floating over the installation. He watched it for a few minutes. It traveled west and disappeared into the night. And then I had my own encounter, again in 2005. I was off duty, sitting in my backyard with 2 other police officers when we noticed what first appeared to be a satellite in orbit, but it wasn't acting like a satellite. The light was strange, it was pulsing, and then it started to maneuver. It dropped in elevation. At times it would vanish from view and reappear in a different location in the sky, and eventually it reappeared 200 feet over my house. It was a 30-foot diameter sphere of light. My friends and I watched it for a moment, and then it gently accelerated and traveled up and disappeared into the stars. These events profoundly changed my life and the lives of my friends. We stand at a pivotal moment in history. The question is no longer whether these events are real, but whether we have the courage to face them. True leadership requires vision, a willingness to confront the unknown with transparency and resolve. So I ask the Congress to help we, the people, enact this vision. There are 3 goals. Fund independent research and treat UAP study with the same seriousness as we would any other scientific field. 2, end secrecy and overclassification. Transparency is the foundation of truth. Without it, witnesses like us are dismissed. 3, protect the witnesses. Many stayed silent out of fear for their careers, reputations, and the safety of their families. Protect them, and you will embolden others to join this cause. These phenomena challenge our deepest assumptions about reality, consciousness, and our place in the universe. Exploring them can unlock transformative breakthroughs in technology, biology, and human understanding. Let this be the moment when America chooses courage over fear, transparency over secrecy, and progress over stagnation. Let's show the world that our nation leads not only through strength, but through fearless pursuit of the truth. Thank you.
Knowing the truth about real-world technological powers that are more superior than anything within the grasp of conventional government and military intelligence, that should be of utmost importance to Black people. Wouldn't you want to know if there is a proven power far greater than that of those who've oppressed the indigenous people around the globe? Well, this is exactly what the so-called UFO phenomena involves, which is why the topic remains above top secret by world governments and militaries. Oh, they have nothing to do with made-up aliens, but everything to do with the original people of our planet. These are just a few points that we prove in our research publication titled UFOs and the Nation of Islam. A book that I must add has changed the game of UFO research, analysis, and disclosure. Not to be confused with the numerous hoaxes or any governmental projects, the wheel-shaped planes that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad presented to us from his teacher, Master Farad Muhammad, do exist just as he first introduced to the modern world. These planes, or wheels as he also calls them, are directly affiliated and connected to the Nation of Islam, the messianic roles of Elijah Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan. Think with me now. How the heck can religious leaders preach the scriptures, all of which depict God operating from a heavenly vessel, then neglect the real world proof of it?
I'm not representing no fantasy God. I'm not representing no spook God that's hiding somewhere in the sky. I represent the Most High God who sits in that wheel that Ezekiel saw, a wheel in the middle of a wheel. And I visited that wheel.
Look, did you know that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was shown and given the first-hand details of these phenomenal crafts by the very man responsible for them? And did you know that in 1942, the FBI questioned and arrested Elijah Muhammad a few months after the military encountered this huge wheel? They locked him up for 5 years so they could initiate what has now become a global UFO cover-up, to divert you from the fact that Elijah Muhammad met the Supreme Being, and to gear public focus towards some made-up aliens and monsters instead of the real-world power behind those crafts. Because they know these planes are the clear fulfillment of the messianic prophecies concerning God in human form, his heavenly war vessel, and his chosen people.
He brought me to that wheel like Allah brought Muhammad in a night vision to the inner sanctum of himself.
Why do you think Farrakhan's critics don't challenge him on his connection to these wheels? As his students and representatives, we are more than willing to engage in public discourse with the best minds and scholars of the world regarding this heavily misunderstood reality. The problem is that most scholars and journalists and leaders are reluctant to engage us on this topic because we bring proof that deconstructs their theories and false narratives. And while we thank the few who have engaged us, we hope that scholars and leaders will stop avoiding an intelligent discourse with us concerning this important topic. All your scriptures foretell of God's coming with his heavenly accompaniment, yet scholars still ignore the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's real-world proof.
The U.S. Navy is preparing new guidelines for pilots on how to report sightings of UFOs.
The world needs to know the truth. And quite frankly, the Nation of Islam has provided provable answers to this global phenomenon. That's the big secret, that God, the Supreme Being, has come for his chosen people, and he brought proof of his presence. Knowing the truth about the most advanced wisdom and power in the observable world is of utmost importance. Knowing the truth about the representative of that power is equally important, especially since that power has given us representatives with the solution for our independence. It would be foolish to overlook this reality and the man who represents this reality.
Damn it, I'm not no spook believer. I'm not no man that believe in fantasy. I know what I experience, and I'm not a liar. I put my life on what I say.
Oh, I think you'd be wise to heed the call of the Nation of Islam.